One of the first power couples that comes to mind is Z and Beyonce. They have been together for almost a decade and have left a quiet mark on the hip-hop world. Beyonce is one of the most popular musicians of all time, and she has been nominated for 19 Grammys so far. She has 3 children, sings, writes music, makes records, and acts. At the time of recording, she was 38 years old, and she and her husband, Jay-Z, have a beautiful family. Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Corey Carter, is 50 years old now, but he doesn't look a day older than 40. Of course, he's also a rap legend and one of the best of all time. Like his wife, he has won a lot of Grammys. In fact, he has 22 of them, which is the most ever for a rap artist. Not only that, but Jay-Z is also the first hip-hop artist to become a billionaire. Jay-Z has also gotten a lot of praise for his work in business, production, and running a record label. He used to be the CEO of Def Jam, where he found Rihanna and helped start her career. He also started the multi-million-dollar clothing line Rocawear. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and the notification bell to stay updated on our daily videos. Just looking at what they've done together shows that Beyonce and Jay-Z have built a crazy empire. It looks like Jay-Z is still the main source of income in this relationship, but Beyonce's $355 million is still a big help. They are worth about $1.35 billion altogether. Because Jay-Z and Beyonce are very rich, they have been able to rent or buy a number of very expensive homes over the years. The couple's main home in Bel Air only cost them $88 million. In addition, it's not the only property they own. Many of you said you want to see this video, so today we will visit some of Jay-Z and Beyonce's home, including their huge house in Bel Air. I also tell you where they used to live and what other properties they own. Let's start to watch this video now. For background, let's start where Beyonce and Jay-Z grew up. Sean Carter, who would become Jay-Z, grew up in a simple home before he became an important figure in hip-hop. Marcy Homes in Brooklyn, where he grew up, was a very bad place. Jay-Z says that growing up in a poor neighborhood made him who he is today, and he often talks about this time in his life in his music. On the other hand, Beyonce's life in the suburbs was very comfortable. She grew up in the 3rd Ward of Houston, Texas, near Parkwood Road. With its pretty columns and driveway, the house where she grew up is a real gem. Now, let's move on to when Beyonce and Jay-Z start together. After they got married, the couple splurged on a villa on the posh Indian Creek Village Island in Biscayne Bay near Miami Beach. This place had 7 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms, but the couple only stayed there for a short time. In 2010, they sold it for $9.3 million. Beyonce and Jay-Z are said to have bought Bay's mother a very nice house in Houston, Texas. It looked like the $6 million they spent on this house was well spent. In Houston, Texas, the 25,000 square foot house has 8 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms, and 4 kitchens. The house looks like it was built in Europe because it was stained glass windows and painted ceilings, among other things. If Beyonce's mom was happy with this house, it's because it's fit for a queen. The church in New Orleans that Beyonce and Jay-Z owns must be one of the more unusual places they own. In 2015, the couple bought an old church that had been turned into a house in New Orleans Garden District. It was built in 1925, but now it looks very different from how it did then. It has more than 13,000 square feet of space and is made up of a large house and 3 smaller apartments. The house Beyonce and Jay-Z own in New Orleans has 22 rooms. 7 of them are bedrooms and bathrooms. There's also a loft-style sitting room, a library, and a dining room on a higher level. The old house also has arch windows and columns that go from floor to ceiling. Since Jay-Z was born and raised in New York City, everyone knows that the power couple own at least one piece of property there. Beyonce and Jay-Z bought a penthouse in the Tribeca neighborhood of New York City in the year 2000. They lived there as their main home for a number of years. They paid $6.8 million for the penthouse, which is an entire floor and is 8,000 square feet. In 2008, Beyonce and Jay-Z got married in their Tribeca apartment. In 2017, Beyonce sold the second apartment in New York City that she and Jay-Z used to have guests. The apartment was 2,669 square feet, had 3 bedrooms, and each had its own bathroom. It also had 11-foot ceilings. But Jay-Z and Beyonce no longer needed this condo because they planned to spend less time in New York City and more time at their newer homes, which I will show you in a moment. The buyer paid just under $10 million for the property and got great views of the New York City. Jay-Z and Beyonce have wanted to go to the Hamptons for a long time. They rented vacation homes in the area for a few years before they bought Pond House, the name they gave to the property they bought in 2017. On the east end of Long Island, the Hamptons are known for being a wealthy vacation spot. Beyonce and Jay-Z, like all of New York City's rich and famous, can only live these exclusive seaside enclaves. In August of 2012, the couple rented a place in Hamptons called the Sand Castle for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Beyonce and Jay-Z would then rent a second home nearby, bringing their rent to $500,000 a month. They found a perfect house for their family in the Hamptons, so they bought it. The last choice was the Pond House, which cost Jay-Z and Beyonce just under $26 million. Their Hamptons mansion is 2 acres of land and has 203 feet of water frontage. The main house has a total of 7 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms. There is also a guest cottage with a kitchen, seating area, and 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Before Jay-Z and Beyonce bought their mansion in Hamptons, it went through a lot of changes. Jeffrey Cole, who was working on the house, turned it 90 degrees so that the new front door faced the water. On the side of the property that faces the pond, you'll find a swimming pool with an infinity edge, a spa, and a barbecue pit. This Hamptons mansion is big enough for Beyonce and Jay-Z's whole family to live there comfortably. Let's take a look at Jay-Z and Beyonce's main house and family home in Bel Air. The couple reportedly bought or offered $120 million for the mansion, which was marketed for $135 million, but they ended up paying $88 million off market. Don't let the word deal fool you. Even after taking inflation into account, the amount the powerful couple spent on a single-family home in Los Angeles was the 6th most. A lot of famous people like to live in Bel Air, which is on the west side of Los Angeles near the Santa Monica Mountains. Because of this, all of the homes here are well over $1 million. So, Jay-Z and Beyonce got a compound for their $88 million. Their 33,000 square foot mansion in Bel Air is made of glass and has 8 bedrooms and 11 bathrooms. It is completely alone because it is surrounded by big iron gates and is spread out over about 2 acres of hilly land. The architect who worked on Beyonce and Jay-Z's huge estate gave it a brand new, very modern look. It's a 3-story house with a huge circular staircase that serves as a work of art. The windows from floor to ceiling are bulletproof and can be opened with push of a button. They also have a home theater, several dining rooms, several living rooms, and a separate apartment for the housekeeper. Outside the extra 10,000 square feet of living space, there are 4 swimming pools, a 15-car garage, a full-size basketball court, a spa and a wellness center, and more. Out of the 4 pools, the one on top of the building might have the most beautiful view. Some people have even said that the big white area on the top of the house is a helipad, but I don't know how often it is used. Jay-Z and Beyonce spent a lot of money on a home for their family in Bel Air. It was the most expensive transaction in Los Angeles in 2011, but the couple certainly earned it. Beyonce and Jay-Z are trophy couple, so they deserve a mansion that matches their status. It's a clear sign of how powerful the couple is in politics. It's a little too big and modern for my taste, but I'm sure they made it cozier and more welcoming for their families since they moved in. I wanted to know what you all thought of Jay-Z and Beyonce's huge house. Keep in mind that they own a lot of property in other places. Beyonce and Jay-Z own a lot of high-end real estate, like a penthouse in Tribeca and a mansion in Hamptons. Beyonce also bought a house in Houston for her mother. Which one of their places did you like the best? That Hamptons house is gorgeous. That's it for today. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up below, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We post videos every week, so stay notified. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the following video.